taking control, having command, and looking like a starter, right? Like oftentimes we see backups, play in preseason games. Sometimes they look like, the moment is too big. I think really what you want to see is just command of the offense. All the talk about sliding in the draft.
You got a guy that I believe could be a franchise quarterback. If you ask anybody in the league and you ask scouts and you ask all the other people, they say, out of these four, who has the best chance to be a franchise quarterback? I'd be willing to wager more than 50% of those people will say Shedeur Sanders, even though he was taken in the 5th round pick.
And I think if Shedeur does that, I think it'll be a good sign for what his future, looks like in Cleveland.
Breaking news. Tim Hasselback has come out in full support of Shedeur Sanders, emphasizing that the draft position is no longer a major factor. In a recent statement, Tim made it clear that what truly matters now is Shedeur's understanding of the offense. If he can master the playbook and show his football IQ, there's no reason he can't be in competition for the first-team spot this season. With so much potential on the line, Shedeur's ability to lead and execute could define his future. This could be the turning point for his career. Let's dive into what it all means.
You get to the first preseason game, you get an opportunity to be the starting quarterback in it. Look, that's what guys, that get drafted in later rounds don't typically get the opportunity to do. And so
Tim also went on to highlight the incredible opportunity Shedeur Sanders is getting, noting that players drafted in the 5th round typically don't get this kind of chance. He emphasized that there's something special about Shedeur, whether it's his skill set, work ethic, or potential, that has earned him this opportunity. Tim believes that with the right mindset and preparation, Shedeur will be more than capable of seizing the moment and making the most of it. This isn't just a regular rookie season. It's a chance to prove he belongs among the elite. The spotlight is on him and he's ready. Dan Orlovski also didn't hold back in his analysis. He pointed out the glaring issue. Joe Flacco is simply too old to start a preseason game, and with both Kenny and Gabriel dealing with injuries, the question becomes, who else would you start if not Shedeur Sanders? Dan believes that Shedeur is more than ready for the challenge. According to him, this is the perfect moment for Shedeur to step up and showcase his abilities. With the current state of the roster, it's clear. Shedeur's time is now, and he's poised to make an impact.
First option, Joe Flacco. He's played for like 20 years. He's not going to start preseason week 1. The next 2 options would be a Kenny Pickett or a Dylan Gabriel. Both are dealing with hamstring injuries. Neither has practiced a ton recently. If they've done anything, I believe it's been 7-on-7.
Dan Orlovski didn't stop there. He went on to point out that while the Browns did sign Snoop Huntley, he's still adjusting to the team and their system. In contrast, Shedeur Sanders has been with the team for a lot longer, giving him a much clearer understanding of how things operate. Orlovski also acknowledged that Shedeur hasn't had the chance to work with the first team just yet, but he made it clear that this situation is still an opportunity. Though not ideal, it's an opportunity for Shedeur to prove himself and showcase his true potential. The ball is now in his court. Dan Orlovski did not stop there. He went on to emphasize that Shedeur Sanders is not being set up for failure. Rather, he's being given a fair opportunity to prove himself. Orlovski wasn't having any of the skepticism surrounding Shedeur's chances. He questioned whether a typical 5th rounder would even be given the opportunity that Shedeur is getting right now. Dan firmly declared that Shedeur simply needs to go out there and do what others have reported about him, show the talent and potential that earned him this chance in the first place. The time to deliver is now, and Shedeur is ready.
Very rarely is it for a 5th round pick, but it's an opportunity for him to go out there and do in a game what many have reported he's done in practice. Stop with the setup to fail narrative.
Chris Brousard jumped into the discussion, offering a straightforward message for Shedeur Sanders. Go and prove your worth on the field. Brousard acknowledged that Shedeur isn't currently getting first-team reps and isn't being handed any more opportunities at the moment. But he also pointed out that this is the chance Shedeur has been waiting for. This moment could change everything in his favor. Chris stressed that the ball is in Shedeur's court now. If he can capitalize on this opportunity, he could turn the tide in his career and earn the respect and starting spot he's aiming for. Chris Brousard showed his complete confidence in Shedeur Sanders, stating that he firmly believes in Shedeur's ability to get things done. Brousard is confident that Shedeur has the skill set, mindset, and determination to succeed, regardless of the obstacles in his path. He emphasized that, while the odds may seem stacked against him, Shedeur has proven time and time again that he has what it takes to rise to the occasion. According to Chris, this is Shedeur's moment to shine, and he's more than capable of seizing it and showing everyone why he's deserving of this opportunity.
But you have to go out and get it done. I believe you got the ability, and I believe in you, Shedeur. That's the bud list.
Wow. Solid bud list.
Great bud list.
Riddick weighed in on Shedeur Sanders starting the preseason game, offering a different layer to the discussion. While Riddick acknowledged that Shedeur finally gets the chance to play, he pointed out a major concern: the lack of reps Shedeur had with the team. Riddick made it clear that even with this opportunity, Shedeur would have to perform at an exceptional level in such limited time. Why? Because he hasn't had the necessary reps to build chemistry with the team. The odds are stacked against him, and those limited opportunities only increase the pressure. Louis Riddick wasn't holding back. He made it clear that players drafted as low as Shedeur Sanders typically don't make it to the first team unless there's someone fighting for them, someone who's willing to push for their opportunity. Riddick's frustration grew when he pointed out that it's still unclear who even brought Shedeur's name into the conversation for signing. This lack of clarity, according to Riddick, only made things worse for Shedeur. Without a clear advocate in the organization, Shedeur found himself in a tough spot, battling against forces that weren't even fully behind him.
And here's the other thing, number two. You have to have people who advocate for you when you are a lower round draft pick. We don't know who's advocating for him within the organization because we don't know who stood up for him and who really wanted to draft him. So I can tell you this right now.
Shedeur Sanders has emerged as one of the most talked about quarterbacks, capturing the attention of analysts and experts across the football world. From Tim Hasselback's endorsement of his football intelligence to Dan Orlovski's belief that the opportunity being presented to Shedeur is a fair one, it's clear that the rookie is surrounded by positive support. Hasselback made it clear that Shedeur's understanding of the offense is what will ultimately determine his future with the team, and if he masters it, he could very well compete for a starting role. Dan Orlovski further emphasized the uniqueness of Shedeur's situation. While other quarterbacks, like Joe Flacco, may be past their prime and injured players like Kenny and Gabriel are sidelined, Shedeur stands as the only viable option in this moment. Orlovski's perspective is that, while this isn't the ideal scenario for any rookie, Shedeur is ready for this challenge, and it represents a genuine opportunity to prove himself. He's been with the team longer than other quarterbacks, and his familiarity with the system sets him apart. Chris Brousard joined the conversation, giving Shedeur a simple yet powerful message: prove your worth on the field. While acknowledging that Shedeur isn't currently receiving first-team reps, Brousard believes that this moment is crucial for Shedeur to change everything in his favor. With all the support behind him, Shedeur now has the chance to show what he's truly capable of. The collective confidence of analysts paints a clear picture. Shedeur Sanders has what it takes to rise above the challenges and prove that he belongs at the highest level of football. The stage is set, and now it's up to him to deliver and make believers out of everyone. So, what do you think? Do you believe Shedeur Sanders has what it takes to rise above the challenges and prove he belongs on the first team? Can he seize this opportunity, despite not getting the first-team reps or ideal circumstances? Will his understanding of the offense and the support from analysts be enough to propel him into a starting role? Or do you think the pressure might be too much for the young quarterback? We'd love to hear your thoughts. Drop your opinions in the comments below and let's discuss.